What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? Look, I was messing around on Netflix the other day and I came across this show. I guess they just dropped the episodes. It's called Sneaky Links Dating After Dark and it's on Netflix. Now, y'all know I love the reality TV shows that have to do with dating. So I was like, let me watch episode 1 and see what it's giving, and then but after episode 1, I do have some things to say because this show is about to be messy. Okay, the whole setup is messy. All right. So in this video, we're going to talk about Sneaky Links, but we're also going to talk about the latest Love is Blind drama. Now, I have to say, as a person that reviews shows, well, shoot, as a person that just watches a lot of reality dating TV shows, and the ones that I review, right? Like, Love is Blind has got to be the one, aside from Married at First Sight, that has the most ongoing drama. Now, I haven't gotten into like the lockup series, like 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that. Maybe those have drama as well, but Love is Blind. Like, they keep drama going until the next season starts. And the next season, I think, starts in the fall, like in October or something like that. So we're going to see how far this current Love is Blind drama stretches out, because now y'all know that Tyler and Ashley are officially divorced, okay? And they were on the latest season of Love is Blind. Everybody wanted them to be, that couple, but some craziness happened. So we're going to talk about that as well. But let's get into Sneaky Links, and we're going to like look at the cast members and stuff like that. Now, I don't know what this show is going to be given, okay? But the premise of the show is that these singles are coming on the show because they want to find love. They're looking for love, and they're looking for meaningful connections, right? Now, the twist is that as they start to bring people in, the people that are coming in are the sneaky links of people that are already there. So essentially it's going to be I think it's going to be like 6 or 7 couples, but the like I said, the trigger, I mean, not the trigger, but the caveat is that these people are all people who they have like had a casual hookup with in the past, but not a relationship, okay? Now, as they introduce these people and they start to talk about like their background and stuff like that, like there's one couple there that they've known each other since high school, and they have been on and off for like years. So that is going to be interesting, because if they do decide not to go forward with each other, like there's a whole bunch of single people, other people there that are is gonna throw salt in the game, okay? And that's where the mess is going to come in. And so they're having these people stay in this hotel. The hotel is set up like a motel, like it's set around the pool, and it's like 1 or 2 levels, maybe it's 3 levels, but they don't have their phones and stuff like that, because I think I saw that they got some phone privileges, and they could use the hotel phone to call and set up a date with whoever they wanted to, right? And so some stuff is already starting to happen. So I am going to be talking about things from this show, because I don't know about y'all, but I've definitely been in some situationships, okay? And it's a lot of unspoken things that go on in these kinds of relationships. Like, do I advocate for these relationships? Hell no. Right? No. As I got older, obviously I learned my damn lesson, but listen, I got some stories. So anyway, this is going to be interesting. So we're going to look at these couples, okay? We're going to go through the people who are there. Now, I do notice that there's like 5 people on this cast list that are not linked to anybody, which tells me that they're going to be dropping people in as people leave, because, they do get eliminated as well. So they also have a relationship expert. The relationship expert's name is Spicy Mari. Now, I have seen her somewhere else, but I cannot remember where. So somebody get in the comments below. Let me know, what other show was she on? Was she on one of the OWN shows? I cannot remember, but I have seen her before. But they're going to meet with her regularly. I forgot what the host name is, but she's just there to host, right? She's not there to help them, she said. So the relationship expert will meet with them regularly. So I guess that is a good thing, because a lot of the reasons why people are in situationships is because there's some type of boundary or some type of like something that you have not addressed, and hence you're here in this situation. So I think that's going to be a good thing, for that. But they're gonna do activities that test their compatibility and like get them to think long term versus just thinking about hookups. Now, when they started to, when they brought each single in, they have the confessionals and the cutaways, and they go to see what people really are thinking or what they really want to say. And some of these dudes, I will say, like, they said that they're there for looking for love and meaningful connection, but this is a reality show, and we know with these reality shows that it is essentially a job, okay? So we don't really know who is here for real, who is not, if these people really know each other like this, but I suspect all of that will come out just watching all these other reality shows. It's going to have to come out. And so we'll wait to see what happens with that. But the guys, to me, it's maybe like one guy there, maybe two guys that I think are really looking to have a relationship. But most of these guys, they just want to smash. They just want to smash. And that is what I'm seeing. Like, now there are a few girls there that I think are for real. It's a couple of people that I saw with some disappointed faces, you know what I'm saying? And it's just going to be really, really interesting. All right, because Travis, and I'll show you guys their pictures in a second, but Travis seems like he was keeping his options open. Whatever his answers were to Samira when they were sitting there talking, like, he definitely is keeping his options open. All right. Not Samira. Travis is with Angelique. Anyway, we need to get into the cast so that y'all can see who these people are, okay? So, first up, we're going to go, let me see, let me pull this up real quick because I really wonder who these extra people are going to be, for real, for real. Okay, so I'll start with the extra people first. The people who are not connected to anybody. It's like 5 or 6 of them. So the first one is Lulu. Now, Lulu is 23, okay? They don't have anything on here about her occupation or anything like that. But we shall see. Another thing I'll say is a lot of these people are young, so they're literally all in their 20s. Okay, so next we got Kelsey. Now, Kelsey is, they don't have her age right here. They don't have her age right here. They just have that she's a fashion website manager / model. She probably in her 20s too. So, next we got Justin. Justin is 27. He's a professional basketball player. Like I said, these are the people who are not connected to anybody yet. Then we have JC, who's 26. She's a bartender. Then we have David. David is 27. It doesn't say... Oh, he's a content creator / musician. And then we got Corinthian. Corinthian is 33. Okay, there is somebody in their 30s. He is a fitness and business coach. Corinthian looked like he about to be trouble. Okay. So now we're going to get into the people who have connections there already. All right. So first we got Zoe. Zoe is 29 and she is a fashion brand owner, materials research and sourcing specialist. I really want to know more about whatever that is. But anyway, so that's Zoe. Zoe is here with Kyle. We're going to see him in a second. All right. So this is Travis. Travis is, to me, not there looking for a connection. You know, he looked like he was bored with the fact that one of his, past situations was there. Like, he really was looking forward to, I guess, all new. But we'll see how that plays out. Travis is also in his 30s. So there's 2 people that are in their 30s. He's an account executive. Okay. So next we have Samira. Samira is here with Manny, I think. Samira's 24. She's the one that they've been in a relationship on and off since high school. So, I mean, they're not that old, though. She's 24. Like, okay. But, anyway, so yeah, her sneaky link is Manny. So then we have Nicole V, because there's another Nicole. Nicole V is, her sneaky link is Logan. And she's 28. Okay. She's a training director. All right. So then we got Nicole S, who's 28, and she is a marketing director. And then we have Manny. So Manny was with Samira. Okay. I probably should have showed y'all these together. But that's okay. Listen, we'll go back. Manny is 26 and he is a travel nurse. Manny making that bank. All right, then we got Logan. Logan is there with Nicole V. Okay, he's 31, so we got another 31-year-old. Okay, and then we have Kyle, who is there with Zoe. That was the first one that I showed in the red dress. And he is a photographer. All right, he's 29. Then we got Colt. Colt seems like he's on the same time as Travis to me, and I couldn't believe that Colt was 32. I thought he was for sure still in his 20s, but he's a sales consultant / model. All right, and Colt is there with Avery. Okay, Brandon is 27 and he's a nightclub owner. Brandon also comes off to me like Colt and Travis. And y'all will watch the show and see what I mean. They all give me the same similar kind of vibe right now. And you know, I only watched episode 1. All right, so then we have Avery. Avery, like I said, is there with Colt. She is 26 and she's a tech recruiter. Okay. And then we have Angelique, this is Travis's sneaky link. And Angelique is 30. So we got a good amount of people that are 30 years old. So we'll see how this goes. You know what I'm saying? Because they are at the age where they, I guess if you're thinking of regular society, that, okay, yeah, they could be looking to settle down. Okay. So we're going to watch and see. But Kyle did say he was looking for his soulmate. And he was talking to Zoe and he thinks that she's scared. So they, who knows? I don't know. Because here's the conundrum. You're there with your sneaky link, but then you got all these other new people that you never met and you might have some compatibility with. So Manny already has displayed that Samira can't talk to nobody else but him. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, because what if they don't work? And he said if they don't work, they think that their friendship, they will never talk again. And he said that he can't see her number never not being in his phone. So, we'll see how theirs plays out. All right. But it's a lot of, I want to see where it goes. Let's just go with the flow. And those two statements for me are no. Okay. So, definitely get in the comments below if you have watched that, because I'm about to go back and start watching the next couple episodes, and I'll be back to make another video about that once I do that. But before I go, we need to talk about this interview that went down on Ashley from I can't remember what season it was from, but AD and Clay. If y'all remember AD and Clay, they were on a couple of seasons ago of Love is Blind, okay? And they got all the way to the altar, and Clay waited until they got to the altar and told her no, that he couldn't do it, okay? Since then, AD she's going to be, I think, on Perfect Match, and we already know that she found love with another past contestant of Love is Blind named Ollie. Now, I didn't watch that season, so y'all gotta fill me in on that. But they're about to get married, and so she found love, okay? But she has a podcast now, and she interviews a lot of the Love is Blind cast, and they talk about stuff, right? And so, if y'all are familiar with this past season, y'all know Tyler and Ashley got divorced. Their divorce is official. It's final. As of the time that this interview aired, she said that it was finally over. Now, if y'all remember, when that season was airing, it was chaos out here on these internet streets, okay? Because at first we were all loving the fact that they were getting together, and then all of a sudden the baby mama showed up and the kids came out, right? And all of this drama started on TikTok. And we're watching the show while this is coming out. Keep in mind, the show was filmed a year ago. So all this stuff that we're finding out, like, it's already, they've already filmed. So we were confused at first, trying to figure out, wow, is she finding out this stuff with us about Tyler? Or did he already tell her? Because I really thought it was a possibility he could just be in a moment in his life, like, I'm going to just come clean about everything. But because that just doesn't make sense not to do that if you're involved in all the stuff that he was involved in. But anyway, when the reunion aired, it was a little bit of information out there. At least the baby mother had come out and made a comment about the fact that her kids were not sperm babies or whatever. But the reunion was filmed before everything kind of blew up. But we still were confused as to what did Ashley know. But Ashley was standing strong by Tyler. She was not, they were a force to be reckoned with, right? And we were all just like, wow, And so one of the channels that I watch, Jessie Woo, y'all probably know who she is because she has been covering Love is Blind for years, okay? And then Story Time with Rikki, if y'all watch Love is Blind stuff on TikTok, she's got that on lock over there. All right, so they have joined forces and they've been, covering Love is Blind T for a minute now, okay? And so anyway, y'all probably already know that part, but I want to just kind of talk about where we're at now because we're here and Ashley and Tyler have divorced. Everybody was waiting for her to speak out. She really went scarce on the internet, and then she went away for a little while. She came back posting, pictures. She was, traveling. She's living her life, right? And still everybody, I know I was wondering, like, what is really going on over there? Like, did she find out all this stuff with us? Did she know anything? Like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? So when she came out and announced that they were getting divorced, I was not shocked. I was just like, I can't believe that it went as long as it did. However, I'm going to say, I know some dudes like Tyler, okay? In my past, I have known some dudes like Tyler. I've watched certain friends go through stuff. I've been through some stuff myself. Like, these kinds of people are great at lying. However, to the person who is being lied to, it's like, I'm going to believe this person because to believe that they would actually do the egregious lying that he did, you just can't fathom that a person would actually lie like that. Like, you, in your mind, you're really like, no, I'm the one tripping because why would a person lie like this? Because this is so, huge. Like, you just can't wrap your mind around it. So I can relate to the fact that she probably just wanted to believe him because believing otherwise, it was just too outlandish for her to understand. I feel like that's where she was at with it until it just couldn't be contained anymore because he's just a piece of work, okay? But anyway, everybody wanted to hear what she had to say. So AD had her on her podcast the other day and had an interview, and she asked her, about she did ask her about the divorce, and she asked her about, kind of what she was thinking when all this was happening. It was basically, she gave her a platform to make a statement, really, because everybody probably really wanted to hear from her. So that was probably the safest place for her to go where she could talk freely because she has done other interviews, but in those interviews, she just didn't have all the information, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what really stood out to me. All right. Like, she mentioned in there that she has a whole bunch of weapons that she could take Tyler out with, whatever, in her arsenal, I guess, as far as receipts. But she also said that when AD asked her how she found out, she ended up going to his computer and she found all that she needed. I wonder what she found in that computer, because the way he was lying is crazy. And then the people who were like helping him lie was just mind-boggling to me. You know what I'm saying? So it all made sense that she went on to AD's podcast, because any other people would have really wanted to get down with some other questions. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing I feel like she should have done in this situation, and no, I'm not telling her what to do, but I think that as viewers and the people who review the show, we have so much other information that the cast is not aware of, right? They don't even need to be aware of all of it, but in this situation, Jessie Woo and Rikki spent a lot of time like breaking this dude down. They even had attorney Simone Redwine over there, and they did a whole thing or whatever. Now, the way I see it is that at first as everybody was. We were all like, oh, Black love, yes, we love them together, they're so cute, oh, what up. But when that stuff started coming out, everybody just wanted the truth, and then it kind of turned into, oh my gosh, she doesn't know any of this, let's try to save her. But in retrospect, it's like, she is not doing this right now. Like, the show already was filmed. We don't know what they're doing right this second, right? So when the stuff started coming out, everybody thought that when she did do interviews that she would address certain things, or I guess they thought that she was just gonna up and leave, or I guess they thought that she was gonna acknowledge at least that she didn't have everything, because she came on there on one of these interviews and said, well, I guess she said that on the reunion. I think y'all know more than me, and like, I get it. Like, they know everything that happened because they were there filming. However, the way that the people who watch the show watch everything that comes out about the show, it's just so hard for us not to know things and want to be like, oh, this. But like, thinking about it as a real person, right? You're in a relationship, the shit is good, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, like, stuff starts just coming out. Like, you're already married to this person, you're in a contract that you can't just end right now, whatever. You gotta, I don't know, like, I don't know what I would do, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, for you to think that, like, when you think about the lies that he told, right, it's just like, why would a person, like a sane person would just be like, nobody would do that, you know what I'm saying? However, you can't think like that with men. You gotta be like, they'll do anything. Okay, some of them will do anything, and this is a great example because it's just retarded. But see, the thing that I wish that she would have done was not talk so much. Like, if she wouldn't have been going out with that attitude that she had, right? Because clearly she didn't know everything. But it's not that she should have been like meek or mild, but she should have just been like, look, y'all saw this on TV. Y'all, I'm seeing this with y'all. Let me have my privacy, type of thing. Like, she didn't even have to say some of the stuff that she said. So I think that is kind of what built up this tension to where we're at now. So when she went on AD's podcast, that was like a platform for her to make her statement uninterrupted without having to feel like she was in battle to defend herself. Because in real life, y'all, she probably do feel really bad about this. She's probably completely embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, there's nothing to celebrate, you know what I mean? So I can understand the defensiveness, right? And not for nothing, I think she's an Aquarius, and they're little assholes sometimes anyway, and they just be like, whatever, whoever feels whatever, I don't care. They can feel whatever they feel. That's kind of how they are, right? And it's like, with this situation, like, she got the lesson. She got the lesson. It ended up just like everybody said it was going to. But with Jessie Woo, like I said, we watch all of these different things. Her as a cast member probably didn't watch a lot of stuff, especially in the position that she was in, because most of it was just talking about stuff that she was currently, like, trying to get away from. Okay, so I could see why she wouldn't know, or she wouldn't think that those people were, not those people, but people like Jessie Woo and Rikki and a lot of other people who do reviews. Like, she wouldn't come to find solace in them. And so I could understand that, but it was just it was just her attitude towards everything that caused this rift. Because now that she went on that podcast with AD, it was like they kind of acted like it was Jessie Woo and Rikki's, like, that they did something wrong, right? Now, I don't think they did anything wrong. I think that watching these shows, reviewing these shows and things like that, all of this stuff gets talked about. Everybody gets talked about. And it just depends on what comes out. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like that she should be mad about that. I don't feel like AD should have fit into that either, because I don't know, not for nothing, Jessie Woo does do reviews, but she actually is doing other stuff as well. She was on the Real Housewives. She was at that party. Like, she's actually doing a lot of other things that she runs in those same circles as like a lot of the celebrities that she talks about, right? So I don't know. I just would think that Ashley would have handled the whole thing differently. So now it's like they're at odds, but it's like they're at odds only because Ashley is being defensive right now. And now Jessie didn't hold back on her video. She was just being Jessie, right? She was being very open about what she thought. She played some clips on how she was, trying to shed the light or whatever. And I think it's a misunderstanding on Ashley's part of how these things usually go, because we've seen it a bunch of different times, right? But at the same time, being a real live person and going through something like that, it's no telling what is going through her mind, right? You just never know, you know what I'm saying? But so that was that. The interview was, I thought it was good. She found, look, the looks on her face to me let me know that she found what she needed to believe it. And she's right. With a person like that, you have to have proof in order to, I mean, honestly, I don't even think it's that you have to have proof for that person. I think that for yourself, you have to have proof, because you just can't believe that this person will be lying like this. I don't know. I'm not married. Whatever. I'm just saying, all of it could have been handled differently, but like Rikki and Jessie are going to continue to do their videos, and it's going to be somebody else next season, because it's somebody that does something or has something that's worthy of talking about that is going to be on the cast. So I hope that, eventually it comes down to, her getting, doing some more interviews with different people that'll ask different questions, stuff like that. And somebody might interview Tyler. I don't know what he's going to say, because we've been seeing him. He looks crazy out here. So I don't really know what he would have to say. But I'll watch the interview though. But anyway, I just wanted to come and catch up on those two things. I'm about to go watch some more Sneaky Links and wait for Never Ever Mess to come on tomorrow. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.